Welcome to podcast number 14. Tonight
14, hold on, what's happening here?
I'm superstitious, mate. Obviously, we did podcast
We're having a 13.
in 2 parts. It was Friday the 13th.
Is that why you didn't want to record last night on Friday the 13th as well? Is that it? Is that you being honest?
You've caught me. Bang to rights, mate. Bang to rights.
Not the day with your colossal hangover that you had
well,
after Scotland.
Mate, I'll tell you something, mate. I'm ready to boogie tonight, big man. Ready to boogie. So it's get in there. So
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
So obviously I'm Bilko.
I'm Brenny.
We're going to go to the Highlands of Scotland tonight. Again, we'll try and avoid the constant references to qualifying, but it's apt. We're doing a Highland brew. The Scotland. It's a Cromarty Brewing up on the tip of the North Isle. Obviously, we've got a wee bit of family connections up there. Fiona's dad lives over in Invergordon. I'll just tell you a wee bit about Cromarty. It's an idyllic village with a beautiful harbour. It's situated at the northern tip of the Black Isle, which is a peninsula, not an island. It once had the largest brewery in the northernmost and the largest brewery in the UK at one point, Brenny. There you go.
Really?
It's one of the best viewing points for a friendly group of bottle-nosed dolphins from the land and the sea. I've seen them, absolutely stunning. It's a vibrant cultural village with many artists, authors and a pottery, small cinema and galleries. Famous citizens in the past have been Sir Thomas Urquhart, Hugh Miller, who there's a museum, the cottage he used to live, and of course Scotland's leading crime fiction writer, Ian Rankin, as well. So yes, without further ado, mate, I think we'll crack open a wee bottle for the bottle-nosed dolphins.
What are we going for first?
Well, we're going to go for breakfast in Berlin, which is an Earl Grey and Orange Sour. Now it says on the website, Brenny, it's £2.10, but I had a look at your price list and I'm going to fire it up during the podcast. Mate, you get a really, really good deal on these beers, didn't you? Did you buy them for the group? Aye, where did you get them?
Free next day delivery, and we got 16 beers between us, each, and I think we were paying 40 quid.
Brilliant, man, brilliant. So we'll put the website up. It's cromartybrewing.com. Without further ado, big man, are you ready to crack open this 2%er?
Yes. I've got no qualms with a 2% at the start.
Yeah.
It is named breakfast beer. And they're saying it's an orange sour, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it's my first beer of the evening.
Yeah.
And this is my first beer of the evening for a change.
You've done well, mate. And thanks for rescheduling. It was appreciated, big man.
No worries.
Very, very, a lot of bonito in that, mate, looking at it.
Oh, loving that. Loving it. Quite a lot of orange in as well. Cheers.
Good. Cheers, big man.
A rind in there, man. That's what that looks like.
Orange. I can actually taste the blood orange as well. I know, you know the difference. It's that wee bit kind of sour on the blood orange in it.
Aye.
Has it got that bang, that punch, that zingy? I don't know if it does. Doesn't it have that kind of woof? Do you know what I mean?
Would I drink it with a breakfast in Berlin? Probably, because given it's 2%, it would be better. It would gradually take you back into the state you want to be. It's probably not the best beer to be starting my session, but I'm not going to slag it too much. As what it is, very orangey, not quite as zesty or tangy or tart as a sour would be normally, but I would say it's definitely got the orange. It's just like an orange lager, really, isn't it? Which
as an orange flavoured lager. I quite like the understated, because what I liked about it was obviously when you seen the volume on it, I kind of knew it was going to be like that. I'd agree with you. It's not really it is exactly that. It's you've had maybe, I could have, if I never had work yesterday, mate, I could have probably done it 1 AM in the morning when I woke up. Just to,
that's a proud number.
Yeah, well, obviously, if people for the work watch this show, you know, mate, obviously.
All right,
But aye, so I'm glad we had that. It's a nice wee pipe opener, mate. We're drinking it at the wrong time of day. Obviously, we're drinking it in the evening. But I actually quite like it. I quite like the sours, as you know.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as, I'd agree with you, it's not as acerbic or the kind of sharpness and the tartness. It doesn't have that as some of the other
No, it definitely
sours.
doesn't.
But at 2%, and the description and the fact that I think what they were going for with this, I wasn't really expecting it to be that. Because I don't know if that would be too good in the morning, that kind of bang sour right in your, that gooey type way.
I've just noticed I'm mentioning Earl Grey because I was wondering there was a wee thing with there.
See,
Once you start getting into it.
Mate, we're both coffee guys, but I do like, if I am having I love tea as well, to be fair, but I do have a wee tub of Earl Grey in the kitchen, mate, and I like a wee Earl Grey. So it's just a wee...
That's coming in later on. I mean, I don't know if that was... It's definitely coming in now.
Aye, it's good.
It does what it says anyway. It's a nice wee beer.
Aye.
Well, for scoring it.
Aye, mate. Aye, up for scoring it, mate. What we'll do tonight is I'll just go first. You go second, mate.
Sure.
So, for regular viewers, you probably wonder what I'm writing down. Normally, I'm writing down stuff, and see after a bit, it ends up looking like that. So, buy it again first, mate. Would I buy it again? I'm probably, again, I don't want to start badly here, but I probably wouldn't buy that again. Purely because I don't really normally have a beer when I wake up in the morning, to be perfectly honest. If I was, that might be one I would consider. Would I session it? The answer is going to be no to that, because I think if you're looking for a kind of session type ABV, I think you want a wee bit stronger than 2%. And I don't think you would really want to session the whole sour, the whole thing anyway, as you know, if you watch previous episodes. However, having said all that, I do really like this. And I will give that a solid 6.75 out of 10, mate.
Nice one.
No worries.
Well, would I buy it again? I probably would, to be honest. Not in circumstances of getting in and actually buying it out of a off sales. If I was in a hotel or whatever that was selling that as a breakfast beer, if I'd stayed overnight and had that with my breakfast, definitely. I can understand the logic behind it. Gradually set you back up. So I like it for that. Would I session it? No, because one of them would be enough for me anyway. I'm not mad on the sours anyway, but I do like that. I think the Earl Grey sort of comes into its own a wee bit later on, after the initial Warren's overload. That's quite nice, quite like it. Lacking an ABV for my tastes, or my wants, rather than tastes. And as a score, I'll get a 6.5 out of 10. So I would buy, again, wouldn't session it, and I'd mark it a good 6.5 out of 10. I quite enjoyed that.
Brilliant, mate. I'm telling you something, man, I do feel like kind of stank in the rest of it, mate. It's that kind of beer in it. It's like a soft drink, isn't it?
Aye, it is.
Aye. It is. The tea, see what you said there about the tea, that's really actually coming through in the aftertaste. Aye. And I think it's actually the name and everything. I've maybe done it at a service there, man. See when you put it in the context of actually staying at a hotel, or staying at a B&B up in Cromarty or up in the Black. I could actually, I could see that. So, aye. Well done. So, you want to give that a wee cheers, big man?
Indeed.
Cheers.
Cheers. Right, so beer number 2 of the evening is Ghost Town, which is a 10 malt porter. And quite literally, it is 10 malts, because I'm just counting through them there. But they're saying the description is it's two-tone, toe-tapping 10 malt porter. Monstrous amounts of fresh malts create a beer as black as the Earl of Hell, it must be the Earl of Hell, to which some big piney hops are added to give a robust, bitter finish. Quite often this beer can be aged in a barrel with some varying special ingredients. Wonder what that'll be then, eh?
Aye, that's interesting.
The brewer's notes, it's ABV 5.8%, and it malts are Marisota, Munich crystal, wheat, oats, flaked barley, melanoidin, roast barley, chocolate, and Carafa 3. and the hops involved are Simcoe, Chinook and Columbus. So, let's get it done.
Sounds brilliant, mate.
It does, talks it up well.
There's a lot going on there, isn't there?
Yeah, it seems to be. Well, you're no wrong about how black and dark it is.
Ah, it's well dark. Watch.
Quite lively. I'm going to go get the cloth.
Well, Brenny's away getting his a cloth. Thanks to everybody that's liked and subscribed and commented on the videos recently. It really does mean a lot to the both of us. If you're not subscribed and you're watching this, give us a wee sub. It'd be much appreciated. Or a like. And if you don't like it, give us a dislike or give us a bit of a comment. What we'd really like to hear is if you do buy the beers, is what you think of them as well. So are you sorted there, big man?
Yeah. It was a wee bit lively than what I was expecting.
Aye. I'd agree with you, mate. I seen yours and I just had I took my foot off the accelerator there.
I had a wee bit I still never thought about that. I usually get away with it, but it just started to liven up.
Cheers, big man.
Cheers.
Oh, it's so much richer, man. That is nice, initially. There is a lot going on. I actually took mine out of the fridge before we started the Berliner there.
Yeah, I was the same. I had it sitting on the side, so it took the chill out of it.
Aye. And I think that does make a difference in terms of the taste, because sometimes I think these can be a bit, if they're too cold, you don't get as much flavour, if that makes sense. When it comes to flavour there initially, big man, the chocolate is just very chocolatey. I don't really know what melanoidin, don't know what that is. I'm getting definitely barley, wheat, oats, bread. I mean, that's pretty breakfasty again for me.
It's actually quite I find it quite an interesting one because it's not as bitter as what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be a bit.
Well, I mean, you might be able to correct me, or the viewers might be able to correct me, but a lot of these porters, sometimes they'll have kind of coffee in them. There doesn't appear to be coffee in this, so maybe that's why just the chocolate, maybe why it's not. Coffee sometimes can give a wee bit of a better taste. I really, compared to the first one, obviously it's like chalk and cheese compared to the first one, but I really like that, mate. I like that. For a winter night, and obviously we've got podcast weather out the night. I see it. In fact, I looked outside the window earlier on, and I thought we must be doing a podcast tonight because it was bucketing. Aye. But I mean,
I'm enjoying it.
There's a lot of body to it as well. I was a bit nervous. See, when I was saying it was a 10, is it 10 hopped? Or 10 malts, is it? I had 10 malts. I was a bit nervous because we did have obviously the Baskerland one. That seemed to have a lot of stuff going on. I was worried because I thought there might be that much stuff going on that it might not, it might get overpowered with hundreds of different flavours. But it's not, man. It's balanced.
I think that's probably what I'm a bit confused about, because I'm more of the hops, like the Simcoe and the Chinook seem quite strong in it, which I'm not really used to when it comes to porters and stouts. I'm more sort of used to them as being a sort of dipper. That's nice.
Aye, the hops are definitely you can definitely feel them on the afters, can't you? It's I quite like it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not.
For me, it's quite sweet. It is actually quite sweet considering what it's saying, like the robust bit of finish. There is a bit of finish to it, but it comes after a whole load of different tastes. Love it. Really nice beer.
It ticks a lot of senses. Yeah, that one tickles a lot of senses. I'm just having a wee look there as well. I know we don't like to get to all this chat and all that, but the lacing in it is very nice as well. I think anyway. I like the colour. I know it's very black and very dark, but I do like the colour.
Look at a lot off it nose right enough.
I mean, at £2.40 a bottle as well.
Yeah, and from
well
the 5.8 ABV, which it's a nice hit.
Well,
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it.
Are you ready to go in with the scores, mate?
Well, I'm happy to score. If you want to go first for the scores,
I'll go first, mate. Right, so on the Ghost Town.
You go first the last time.
Well, I did go first the last time, so you go first this time, mate.
This time. Sorry, man. I'm going to carry away. So, would I buy again? That's a yes. Would I session it? Yes. Definitely, to be honest, if I was on in the mood of a porter stout evening, that's definitely got a few of them getting bought.
Aye.
How am I scoring this? I actually quite like it. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10.
Wow.
I'm enjoying this no end. It's really good.
Brilliant score, mate. So I'm with you again on this one, probably all the way, without kind of spoiling it. But would I buy that again? Yes, I would buy that again, 100%. Really like it. Now, would I session it? It is on the strong side for myself. What, in fact, did we touch on the ABV? What was it? 5.8.
5.8. 5.8, but I don't think there's any sort of sense of it. And plus, 330ml bottles.
Aye.
I mean, I think you're relatively safe for trying a few of them.
Aye. That's a yes. That's a yes. And score-wise, mate, you don't. Yeah, I don't really need a lot. See, when it's a good beer, you don't need a lot of convincing, do you?
You don't need a lot of convincing, no, you don't.
I hate to be a wee sheep here, mate, but I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 as well, because that is a very, very enjoyable porter.
You can definitely see yourself sitting down and drinking a few of them.
Aye, and I like the fact that we've both taken out the bottle out the fridge a wee bit earlier. I think that definitely adds to it. And I think
next time I would probably do it a bit. I'd maybe take that out an extra half hour before, maybe an hour.
Aye.
It was lovely.
I'd agree with that, man. So, aye, mate. So, Ghost Town, Cromarty. Cheers, big man.
Cheers.
Just going to keep it rolling, mate, if that's all right. Just want to touch on a couple of things, obviously, apart from the football this week. Again, I'd mentioned it when you were away tidying up there about everybody liking us, etc. A big shout out to Ian Rankin and obviously Cromarty Brewing Co themselves for showing us a wee bit of support on Twitter. That was much appreciated. And it was good we put the wee trailer out on Wednesday because Twitter has just been Scotland, innit? That's all it's been, mate. I noticed that the Thornwood bars get nearly full already for the game next year. They're taking bookings for the game. So it was the perfect wee pick me up. I think that everybody needed.
Oh, definitely. We needed some joy this year, did you know?
Aye, we did, and
I think credit to the players. Steve Clark, big mention it to Steve Clark, because we've had the same group of players for a while now. He's managed to come in and add a few more that probably weren't in contention. Give them the belief to actually play a style of football. Let's not kid ourselves. It's no. Although, funny enough, Thursday night was probably the best we've played as an actual team unit.
Aye, it was.
But he's got them effective. I mean, any team that can take penalties like that's going to have a chance.
Aye.
Tournament football. And ultimately, that's I've not seen 10 better penalties for any side. And the way that they've just stuck them away. I mean, Lee Griffiths first touch of the ball. Your big man, the big boy that gets pelters, like Burnley. Jeez, I mean, come on. But I mean, how cool? I mean, talk about pressure. I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, the boys just walked up and slogged that, right? Griffiths' first touch, as I said, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I credit to his all. Let's just enjoy it, and let's enjoy next year when the games are played as well, because we don't know where it'll be happening again.
Aye, we don't know where it's going to be happening. If it is happening at Hampden, obviously the group stages as planned, it's going to be great. And obviously you can't beat a wee game against the old enemy as well. So yeah, that should be tasty. I'll agree with everything you've said there, mate. Obviously delighted. I thought Stephen O'Donnell in the second half immense. I need to mention Big Gallagher. It's a real good story
Superb.
behind him. But I thought, mate, I mean, you've seen obviously the conga, you know, Wigfield, David. I watched
David
that.
Marshall.
Aye, the save, mate. What a left hand, mate.
Right.
When we all right, we might have a shot in goals at 5-a-side, but I mean that was such a strong arm for his left hand. That was a great save, and his face was a
And
picture.
you don't think that with it being like the one of their star men, Mitrovic as well, who's a big EPL player and stuff, it just shows you the difference in where the pressure is. I mean, that guy's hopes of his nation are on his shoulders, and he's expected. He's picked last for a reason.
Aye.
Because he's a big name player who wants to put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that just shows you. I mean, that just shows you that, that these things can come at envy, you know, and the best can fail because it's pressure. And to watch the way that Marshall made the save, the 5 boys took the penalties. Incredible, absolutely incredible.
I know. Anyway, big man, we don't want to make it about Scotland, but that was brilliant, and it was well worth the hangover, I will say that. Cheers, mate.
You know you let me down for a podcast.
I did, but listen, I'm putting my hands up here. As you know, we're very transparent on the podcast, so I will put my hands up to it, and if anybody was expecting it out Saturday, I do apologise. It was me bad, but the main thing is I made it to my work, and I had an alright day at work, and came back, but when I came in last night, I just wanted to have a wee lie down, Brenny, so thanks for being so understanding, mate. Next time I'll have a wee breakfast in Berlin ready.
Aye, next time, man, next time.
So here we are with beer number 3 tonight, which is the Raptor, obviously Cromarty Brewing Co. It's I reckon it's an Econo IPA coming in at 5.5%. Description is it's a juicy, soft and fruity IPA focused around the Econo hop. I keep calling it Econo, but it's Equano maybe hop. A smooth malt body supports a ripe fruit aroma and mouth-watering pithy bitterness from a liberal use of American hops. The malts on that are Maris Otter and Equano and Simcoe. ABV is 5.5% and the IBU is 45. So without further ado, big man, let's hear the noise. As I kind of said there as well, Brenny, I'm relying on you for the colour on this one. This was a gift from Fiona's dad, Danny, this tankard. So I felt obliged to use it. And a big shout out to Danny. Thanks for the photographs. Much appreciated, Danny. And hopefully we see you soon. Obviously, COVID-19 permitting.
Well, there's a colour there.
Mm-hmm. It's a fine looking colour.
It's good Benito and all, mate.
Mm-hmm. Cheers, big man.
Cheers. Cheers. Oh! Where'd that come from?
Yeah. My head was a wee bit big there, but I tell you, as soon as that hit, man, I could tell you straight away, mate. This is tannable nectar. So
that's a real fruity aroma. That is. It's lovely.
Aye, it really is. It's you get used to it these days, and I think take it for granted that we are lucky enough to taste. Well, when I say lucky enough, well, we deserve the feelings we get, mate. But see, when you get an IPA that just does exactly what it describes, that is so juicy, so soft, and the Equano, somebody can maybe tell us how to pronounce that. If that's what that tastes like,
Equinot. I'm going for Equinot.
Equinot. It could be. Have you just looked in that on your computer?
No, I've not looked on that. I'm just reading it off the website like you are.
Aye.
Equinot.
That's brilliant. Maris Otter that was in the porter, so it was a kind of combination through there. And my old favourite Simcoe. I want another big drink of this. It's got, I mean, again, 5.5%. It's
No,
not.
no one, you wouldn't know that at all.
No. I mean, it's brilliant. It's making me happy. It's sitting in this pewter tankard as well. It's just sitting lovely and holding the temperature well. There's something quite comforting about this way that tastes for me. And
I've already mentioned on the actual artwork and the label and stuff as well. I actually do really like the Cromarty styling. Bottles, the actual label. I think it's really simple. I think it's simple, but I think I'm something about it. I really like that wave.
Yeah.
That wave with the C, with the actual, to create the letter C, I think that's quite stylish.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Brenny. I don't know, obviously it has got a very picturesque kind of wee harbour. It's got an active sailing club up there as well. But recently, they've actually got a skiff club as well. I know that. Now, Danny, don't think he has much to do with the skiffing aspect of things, but obviously you know about the skiffing, the team boating, and it's all manual rowing. Have you seen it? I don't think it's hardcore sport, mate, when you're doing that through the sea. It's hardcore, but so obviously they've got the wave in there, and it's right on the coast. It's no the boat, Brenny. Honestly, see these dolphins, mate, unbelievable. There's a woman there that actually runs trips on one of the big sausage boats. And you get out there, and she takes you knows obviously where the dolphins are, but sometimes they come right in. There's around the corner of Cromarty, just the other side of the lighthouse. There's a kind of beach. And in the summer you got there sometimes, mate, and there's just loads of people in camper vans and tents. And but the reason they're there, mate, is because if you look at it's dead flat just beside there, and all these dolphins come in. So I agree with you. I love the fact that they've got a wave in there. I think it's ingrained.
I like the styling.
I
like the styling of the cans and the bottles. Very nice.
I was looking at the website as well. It looks really good on the t-shirts. They've got bottle openers, all that kind of stuff as well.
Unless you pitching to get some for free?
Mate, we don't get anything for free. Let's kid ourselves on. And I mean, what I will say is, I've washed the hoodie. Have you washed your hoodie yet?
No, I've just been stinking, man. Just wore it every day for the last 12.
Well,
I've never washed it.
A certain person wore mine. I might add, and a certain person spilt some beans on it. So, so I had to wash it. Oh, mate, there was words were exchanged, I might add. I'm only joking, man, but I will say after I wash it, it's held its shape, the letter and everything. And we're selling them. Are we selling them? Are we trading them? We are selling them. If you want one, get in touch with us. We'll sort you out with a hoodie. Likewise, if you're looking to trade for anything, because we're kind of we like the idea of trading stuff, don't we?
Yes.
So if you want to trade something, you want a hoodie, and we've not just got the hoodies, we've got the t-shirts. I might actually fire up a picture of JB in big suits wearing. JB's got his t-shirt on, and also we've got the polos as well. But mate, anyway, that aside, sorry, it's just all detracting for how good this bloody beer is, mate.
I'm enjoying it.
A Raptor. And the packaging's see, is it a Raptor? Is it a seabird? Is it an eagle or something like that?
Is the Raptor more sort of that looks like a bird.
That's like a falcon or something like that.
That is.
Aye.
Well, I wonder.
It's brilliant. And that Equano, whatever it's called, that's a nice taste. And it's actually amalgamated in quite nicely with the porter because we had the Maris Otter in that as well.
Yep.
There's just I said it already, man. It's just there's something quite comforting about that beer, the way it tastes, the rain on the windy, the thought of the sea even, and then that beard. Just it warms. It's definitely warming the old cockles, mate. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah, it's decent.
Are you ready?
I'm kind of.
No, sorry, mate.
No, I'm kind of cheese. I hate to say it, but I've tried a couple of the ones we're going to be trying later. So I'm kind of caught because I tried those ones last night when you let me down for doing the Friday the 13th podcast.
Yes.
So I've already tried a couple. And in that note, I'm a bit, because as it's been done, I know you can't see it, but as it's been done, there's no really, you know, it's a wee bit, to me, it's a wee bit flat.
Okay.
In the sense of, it's not held its initial taste particularly well. I'm not knocking it in any way, shape or form. It's a crack beer, I'm enjoying it. But I think I'm getting steered by the 2 beers I had last night.
Well,
over this one. Which I think I shouldn't be doing that, but I can't help myself for doing it, and I'm just being honest about it.
That's fine, mate. Transparency is good, but I'm really looking forward to those 2 beers later on, if that's what you've said, because this one's good for me.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's cracking. Well, look, put it this way, look what I've got left.
Aye.
I've said, you know what I mean? I'm doing my usual. It has to be said, I have been working all day, and I have been looking forward to this immensely. And I don't start work until mid-afternoon tomorrow, so I've thoroughly been looking forward to this all day, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it as much as I have been. So
absolutely, and that's what drinking's all about, mate. That's exactly what it's all about, man. It's just a nice few quiet beers.
Looking forward to it and enjoying it.
Absolutely. Unlike me, you know, having half a bottle of Crystal Skull vodka on a Thursday night.
Well, hell man.
I know, man.
When I woke up, remember I was a day shift, right? So I was getting into a day shift, right? You're not shushing me with this. I was getting into a day shift. And I woke up to text messages. I'm not going to say exactly what time. But I was thinking to myself, what? I thought you was working today. So enough said. But that's what happens when you bring out Crystal vodka.
Okay, oh man, that was bad.
But hey, listen, first time in 22 years. You were 25, or you were 24 the last time Scotland played in a tournament.
Aye, man.
I mean, let's be honest about it. It's once in a lifetime stuff.
Okay,
we had a nice we were so used to it as kids that you would never have dreamt it would have taken 22 years to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it has. And you're quite right to celebrate it. Maybe not as much as you did, but
yeah, I'm probably not going to live this down, man. I mean, I'll put it out there, man. I was a wee hour or 2 late for work, man, as well, which didn't help. But as you said, as my boss said, you know, once every 22 years, I made it, and I was fine. Listen, I was fine going to work, mate. But it's just like you get sucked into the whole, watching all the videos and the celebrations. You know what I mean? You get the tunes on, especially with the lockdown restrictions being so tight. And in a way, had the pubs been open, I mean, it would be impossible to do social distancing. But had the pubs been open, you would have probably just had your night in the pub and then came home, went to bed. But so I get carried away. The fact as well that in typical Scotland fashion, was an extra half hour played, and then obviously the penalties.
Exactly. No, I was just about to comment that we were all going for the early night. Game done and dusted before 10 o'clock. I knew they were celebrating, then off to your pit. Yeah. But no, Scotland had to do it in the most dramatic of fashions and keys another half hour plus the extra 15 minutes for the penalties, which probably meant most of these drank more in that last hour than we did the entire night previously. And then when we finally did get through, we just lost all inhibitions and decided to drink.
Brenny, do you know what really done it for me? It was like, I thought, right, we're going to win 1-0 here. I thought I can nip up to the garage and get a wee 4-pack. And then the bloody went on and everything was shut. So I had to open this bloody Crystal Skull vodka. And that was it. And obviously, well, listen, here, it wasn't just me in my household, you know, it was Coots Graphics had a nice wee celebration as well. But again, without going on about it, mate, I'm sorry for letting you down, mate. So let's go on to the scores, big man. So would I buy this again? I would buy that again. I think when I watch this back, when the viewers watch this, you can see the smile on my face as soon as it touched my lips. Would I session it? I would session it again, yeah. 100% session it again. Score of the night, the Ghost, we spoke about this just off the camera when we were washing our glasses, etc. Brenny. The Ghost Town was actually really, really good. the warmer it got as well. So I'm kind of tossing and turning. I'm not sure, is this better than the Ghost Town? And 7.5 is a really strong score. So I'm actually going to, I'm going to give it a 7.4, because for me it's good. It's really, really good, but it's just not quite as good for me as the Ghost Town, mate. So over to yourself, big man.
Okay, I'm enjoying it. I do like it. Would I buy it again? Based on an individual can, if I hadn't tried anything up to this point, because I did have a couple of the other range that we're going to try, I would say yes. So I'm going to stick by that. I'm trying to think that I hadn't. Would I session it? I don't think I would session it. I would buy it again, but I don't think I'd session it. I think it's one of these beers. I think 1 or 2 would be more than enough for me. I'll qualify that later on. We'll come back to this. And I'm going to score it a 7 out of 10.
Solid, mate. That is solid. Now,
and I will come back to the reasoning why, and hopefully the reasoning why will come to light. It's a solid beer, really nice. But I'm not going to say anymore.
You call it as you see it, mate. And we are real on this channel. Nobody's paying us to say good or bad things about the beers. So you're always right.
We can show invoices for everything we've ever bought.
We can. We'll show the prices for these ones as well. Fantastic value. So if the people at Cromarty Brewing are watching this, these are good scores. If you were to get these, if you were to translate these into university degrees, they're high scores in terms of percentage. And obviously, there's a few bad boys to come, I believe. Mate, do you know that I am actually drooling at the thought of trying these beers that you'd already tried now? Because I'm expecting it to be good. But let's not spoil it.
I'm trying not to influence it either. But I'm just saying that I have tried them, and due to your absence last night at the 13th, because I didn't know you were superstitious.
Yeah. I'm never going to live this down, am I? Honestly, we could have given the old technical difficulties chat.
And let's do a cheers before I finish this.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. So, beer number 4 of the evening is Happy Chappy by Cromarty. And according to their website, it's a new wave pale ale. Watch yourself now, Bilko, watch yourself. Made with the crisp citrus hops from the USA and fresh tropical hops from New Zealand. This beer is perfect for a session. I like a brewer that tells you that it's perfect for a session. I like that.
Aye,
so go and grab a pint and become a happy chappy. So the brewer's notes are, it's ABV 4.1, definitely sessionable, definitely tannable. Its malts are low colour Marisota, crystal, oats, wheat. And the hops are Columbus Cascade, Nelson Sauvin, and Motueka.
Right, mate.
That's us.
So, I tell you, mate, I'm prepared for this pale ale tonight.
I'm telling you, you really need to start less worrying about pale ale.
Yeah, you're right.
Why does stick the word India in front of it make it any better?
That's exactly it. That's what I was thinking to myself.
You just need to get your head in the fact that it is. And that's a cheers. Look at the carbonation.
Cheers, mate. Brilliant carbonation.
That's flaming.
Mm-hmm.
That's on fire.
Does look good. Cheers, big man.
Cheers indeed. Cheers indeed. Wee bit of.
See, that is. Now I'm prepared for the pale ale, big man. Right, now I've kind of prepared myself for it.
That's you.
I know what to expect. I'm going to take another drink it, and it's. I'm actually beginning to respect And you're totally right. An IPA is essentially still a pale ale, and I love IPA. I'm actually beginning to respect the lightness of a pale ale, if that makes sense to you. Now that we keep trying them. But it's when people get the sneaky wee pale ale description in and they try and hide it as something else. Whereas with these boys and girls, it's a new wave pale ale. You know what I mean?
Completely agree.
Yeah, so preparation is probably key, and it's very, very, very light.
I honestly just think that's clean as a whistle.
Mate, sorry, Brenny, I know that you'll have a Pilsner and a Helles and a Spaten, as do I. I know they're more kind of slightly maltier, but that is so bloody light and refreshing. That is, whereas I don't know why. I'm actually feeling as if I mean, the people that produce pale ale when they watch the podcast, all two of them, must think, fuck, here he goes, man, he's going to start powering us for this bloody pale ale. But I've realised, and I've done my research, it's such an established and a fresh type of beer that I'm going to start showing a wee bit more respect. I'm not going to apologise for any of the previous comments about pale ale, but I'm going to start respecting it a wee bit. And that is definitely clean, and it's very, very crisp and light tasting. Sorry for interrupting you, mate.
Not at all. It's just, I've never really had a problem with pale ale as such, because I think our, and it does go back to how you were brought up and how you perceive beers and whatever else. And you get this thing of looking at a pale ale and you see a green can of McEwen's. So, I mean,
and what's
you say, well, I haven't done shit. That's the furthest thing in my mind. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you never used to see people actually pouring the cans. No. You know, so you didn't actually know what the colour it was inside it. All you ever knew was what you associated with it. So you will never. And I think that's where we're both coming through and just actually you realise that different styles of beers. Mm-hmm. It's not just enjoying them and taking them for what they are, as each individual brewer makes them, because every single one's different. They are all different. Mm-hmm. And I have to admit, this one's quite a good one.
That is a good one. It's a very good one. It's I'm smiling.
I quite like their cockiness. In their actual introduction.
Aye. Well, like as well, mate, I'm assuming that the Motueka or Motueka, that has to be a wee bit of a New Zealand, the hop of New Zealand there. Certainly sounds Maori. Nelson Sauvin had it, Cascade, Columbus. They're mad for the old Maris Otter or the Cromarty Brewing Company, aren't they?
I wonder if they grew it locally.
Mm. Well, it is well known for that through the centuries that they've been brewing. I mean, at one point there was 35 breweries. I mean, you're talking in the 1800s here, Brenny. 35 small breweries up there. And as we touched on the introduction, the brewery that's I've shown on the trailer, the black and white photo, was a 7-gate brewery. I mean, that is huge. I think they were actually exporting a lot of the local grown hops internationally, and they were also importing a lot of stuff. And the rumour was that they were exporting quite a lot of beer at the same time as the hops. Mm-hmm. So it's I love the fact that the Cromarty Brewing Company have obviously it's ingrained, if you excuse the pun, in the heritage of the area, if that makes sense. And it's not just them up there. Obviously, you've got Black Isle Brewery up there as well, mate. You know, we've had that at Spaten. There's other breweries up there as well to check out. But I don't want Cromarty Brewing Co taking the credit for me enjoying pale ale, because I have spent, after my no-show last night, I did spend a few hours researching each individual type of beer, and I've got a newfound respect for pale ale. So it's been very, very good timing that this has been fantastic, a very well made pale ale, and it's actually emphasising to me that I should maybe give them a wee bit more pale ales in general, a bit more. I mean, it's like this is the counselling session for my psychological scarring, mate. So,
psychologically scarred by a beer.
But you've just solved it as well. I mean, I know, mate. We all know the green can that you're referring to. And I remember being a wee guy, you'd smell that. I can't remember if it was one of my uncles drank it or whatever. And I
think it was just the look of it. The look of it just scared the life out of me.
Oh, it was horrendous.
It wasn't even a nice green. It was like an half bottle. It was just weird.
Aye. It was well weird, man. But it'd be rude of us to put up the picture of the can we're referring to. But everyone knows. But really like this crisp, dare I say it, refreshing after the beers.
Definitely.
Way they've done it tonight. That was a good choice of you to make this the fourth beer.
Right, excellent. Really enjoyed it.
Scoring, you ready for a scoring, Big?
Yes, I am. Well happy to go with a score with that. Is it me to go?
I think it is.
I would be, because it was me that introduced it. So, would I buy it again? Yes, I have bought Happy Chappy in the past. It's been a sort of beer that's been available from loads of different places. Always makes the Aldi Scottish beer season. So I tried it back then, donkeys since they played. And with the session, yes, as a session beer, that's pitched right at the proper 4.1, drink all day, laugh all night. It's great beer. I mean, it is a good beer. Score-wise, again, I hate to say it, but I'm hampered by my scores that I've already got in my heads for 2 hours that I'm going to be doing. But I'm going to be honest about it, it is a cracking beer. And I'm going to give that a 7.75.
Oh, wow. Heavy scoring, mate. Fair play, mate.
But it is. I mean, listen, that it's the first Cromarty beer I tried a couple of years back. And I tried it at Aldi and I loved it then. And I only ever bought 1 or 2. But that's because I think I was just trying new things. See if you this brewery on your doorstep and it was widely available in your sort of surrounding area, you'd be trying it all the time. I mean, you'd be using that as a session. You're getting that as a pint and you're local. Geez, so.
Aye.
You've got to take, I mean, it's your standard. You've been taking that every time,
It's good scoring, mate, and it actually leads me to this revelation. Would I buy it again? Pale ale? Yes, I would buy that again. Very crisp, very refreshing. Would I session it at this stage in my pale ale journey? I'm going to say no. It's not a slight on Cromarty Brewing Co. It's just still that wee hint that's in the back of my head about pale ale. But it's certainly helping me to change my opinion on it. It's certainly very sessionable at the percentage. And actually, you're right. I would love a pint of that. In fact, you know something, man, I bloody would session that again. I would session that again. Right.
I know,
Definitely would session. What am I talking about? Of course I would session that again. It's like 100% session that again. They've been so consistent tonight, the boys and the women and the family that run Cromarty Brewing. They've been so consistent. I cannot believe I'm about to say this. But that's my beer of the night so far, mate.
Oh, well.
I'm conscious of it's probably the best pale ale that I've ever tried on a channel. Very surprised for it. It's so easy to drink. It's really fresh. I know, mate, I was savouring it, and obviously I'm just using a 330ml. See, before I score it, Brenny, can I just touch on something as well? I really like the fact that some of them obviously were 330ml. The wee 2% or 330ml, love that. It's just a wee pick me up. I like the fact 4.1% is a bigger bottle. I like that. So ticks there. And I'm going to give that a 7.6 out of 10, mate.
Love it.
So I want to give that a huge cheer, big man.
Right, that's a
Cheers.
cheers. Well, that's a surprise to him.
In fact, we don't need to pause it, mate. Is there anything else you'd like to add about anything at all? Anything you want to say?
I just want to give a wee shout out to a group of ladies who are a beer society in Glasgow. Just highlight it's a ladies beer society. They're on Twitter and obviously elsewhere, but it's at Glass Ladies. Neil for the wee beer shop had retweeted them, and it was their first anniversary back on November the 10th. So great, just idea. Again, similar to what we're doing, having a wee Zoom chat, but it seems to be a big evening for them because there's literally a screen full of people enjoying beer. Good luck to the ladies. Just wanted to mention that because I thought, that's a cracking idea, cracking way to do it, and people who are enjoying beer, same as ourselves, good luck to them.
Brilliant, I'll echo that 100%. Anybody else, big man? I noticed J-Mac Fitness has had a couple of videos up recently.
J-Mac is going to be, I'm definitely going to be doing a few of J-Mac's videos, recording them. I'm going to record me doing them, and then we can add them in as a wee highlighted me doing it, just to show him that I'm doing it. Plus, he's trying. If anybody's looking for a free fitness setup online, go for J-Mac. Go for J-Mac on YouTube. J-Mac Fitness.
I think I might join you on that. Me and the missus have been talking about it as well, mate. And I think I might join you on that. I've got the garage sitting there. What I mean, basically,
Get it set up.
If you look at him, I mean, he's doing it in his house, in a room in his house. He's got his wee mat set up, man, and he's very, enthusiastic about it.
He's brilliant. He's a brilliant.
Alan, keep up the good work, man. I'm actually going to hit you up, Alan. And I'm trying to think of anybody else, mate. And obviously, Ground is Key, Coaster Boy. What a man he is. He's been trying a few beers on Twitter. And obviously we've got arguably the best photograph we've seen. Well, I've certainly seen on Instagram this year, which was of Etov up in Glencoe by DTW, your mate DTW.
Oh, aye.
Mate, I'll double check if it's okay, but if it's okay, big man, I wouldn't mind putting that on the podcast. I'll double check if that's all right for you. If it's not, we'll edit this bit out. But I'd love to show the viewers that, because that was a stunning. And I'll tell you something, man. He must have got all sorts of grief at the motorists up there.
I think he did say he nearly run over taking it. So. I can't believe it.
The social media has been really good recently. It has the comments. Big comment out to Wins 0C over there in Europe. Good lad. Knows his European beer scene very well. So thanks again for the support. And last but not least, Big Soups Gaming. Again, the man that came up with, you're on the road to Seshlyhem, which actually brings us up nicely, mate. While we're enjoying this wee beer, man. I mean, the plans coming up for the podcast, we're not going to kind of reveal too much in case it doesn't happen, but obviously you've got your birthday coming up, so we've got a nice wee bit. Brenny's birthday special coming up. Might have something going on there. It might be fresh for us. And also Christmas. If any of the viewers have got any Christmas beers or whatever they want to recommend to us, we do intend doing a wee Christmas special. I know Neil for the wee beer shop's been putting up some nice ones. I've noticed that the Growler and all these other places are doing it as well. But if you've got any particular ones you'd like us to review, and I think we'd kind of like to put one out, wouldn't we? Just schedule it for Christmas Day as well, mate. Aye, just as a wee thank you, because but who knows what's going to be happening in Christmas Day. But sorry, I know I'm harping on a wee bit. I'm bloody loving this pale ale. See what you were saying there about the Glasgow beer group that the ladies are all running. They're doing the YouTube, the Zoom chat and all that.
The Zoom.
I mean, listen. If people probably watch this, right, and more people that watch it might think, "Oh, we do Zoom all the time," but there'll be loads of people that watch it that don't do Zoom. and don't do House Party and Team View or, you know, all those other programmes. All I would say is, see, during lockdown, when it's as tightly, how much fun is it, Brenny? It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Exactly. And listen, it's a great way to connect with your friends. And don't be put off with thinking, like, oh, you know, you can do it with your phone. I'm doing it with my phone now. It's no, you don't need any big tech. You can run these phones, you can do whatever. And listen, just, it's about connecting with people and having a wee laugh and a wee joke and something to look forward to in the week that you can go, do you know what? That's what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing that day, and you do it. So it's literally, don't be held back by thinking you've not got the equipment or thinking that you're going to be different in any way. Just enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.
It is, man. It's cool. It's the best way, Brenny, at the moment, just to do stuff like this. And see, without it, mate, we wouldn't be doing this. There'd be no bloody show without it. So,
well, I think we both realised early doors when we were doing them up in your room, when lockdown had eased, the first lockdown had eased, and you were allowed to go into people's houses. It was great, and it was great. But when you actually think about the logistics of doing it, we can do this anywhere, Bill.
We can.
I mean, Bilko, we can do it. I mean, as long as I've got my phone, you get your phone or your setup.
Yeah. We
can record these.
Yeah.
And put them. Don't get me wrong. It would take more effort and whatever because you're obviously the sole editor at the moment, and obviously I'm sorting that out. But it's about looking forward to the actual doing it. Yeah. Everything else is superfluous. I mean, I'm not bothered by anything else. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could care less how many subscribers we've got, could care less. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. I like building into it. And it's brilliant. And if I could get paid to drink beer every day of my life, I would do it. But I know it's unrealistic at the same time. But it doesn't stop it being a goal, and it doesn't stop me enjoying what we're doing, which is me and you having a laugh.
Aye.
And meeting up once a week. And having all the stuff we do on camera and having all the stuff we chat about and just being pals and saying the things that we really want on camera. Because that's what life's all about.
Aye, it is. It really is, mate. And you've summed it up perfectly, as usual, big man. You're very eloquent when you put your mind to it, so yeah. Aye, so there's to get yourself involved in Zoom, guys, get yourself involved House Party, Team, all those kind of stuff. Connect with people. Because it's those wee moments that people actually look forward to. Once you've done it a couple of times, you realise, listen, it's never going to make up for going to the pub, or never going to meet up for going to visit your mammy or whatever. It's never going to make up for that. However, it just gives you something to look forward to in this day and age.
It gives you and there's nothing wrong with it.
Can I put someone out there as well, Brenny, as well? If there's anyone out there at all, you know, that ever wants to get involved with, you know, in the brewing industry, you know, our door's always open. If if there's anybody that runs bars or anything like that, you know, get yourself.
If there's any appetite to run a big actual Zoom get together, let's do that, and we'll all have a beer together.
We will, 100%, and we can all meet up for messing Brenny about last night. That'll be at the top of the agenda. But see, after that, I never want to hear about it ever again. Cheers, big man.
Hey, cheers, I'm done. So get out in your neck, you.
I will do it. Right, so beer number 5. We might be on to part 2 of the podcast now. But beer number 5 is another one from Cromarty Brewing Co. And it is AKA IPA. Coming in at a handsome 6.7%. On the website, I will say straight away, this is the World Beer Awards UK IPA winner 2016. So not to be sniffed at that. It's an American style India Pale Ale that is big, resinous and stoked with amazing fresh hops. Copper coloured with a strong malt body and alcohol content allows us to lash hops at it and create a beer worth sending on a stormy voyage. The brewer's notes are ABV 6.7%, IBU 60, malts, Maris Otter, Munich, Crystal and wheat. and the hops are Pearl, Dana, Cascade, Columbus, and Chinook. Don't know about you, Brady, I can't wait to open this.
Aye, I'm the same.
I've taken out the old B&M glass for this one.
I've got the old Celtic tanker.
Mm-hmm.
Always a sign of good beer.
Fits perfectly. Smell. Oh, sorry, big man. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm just going to have another drink of that, Brenny, before I get too excited. That is cannibal, mate. Whoa.
The malt body on it.
Oh.
Kind of masks the 6.7. The hops that come in are just immense. I mean, but the malt body is quite strong. I'm actually blown away, but I think that's a brilliant beer. I really think that's a brilliant beer.
This is why we do the podcast, isn't it, mate?
Mm.
You find these new beers, well, new beer to me certainly, and even I know you've just discovered it. It's a stunner, man. I'm actually finding it hard to describe it. A lot of the other channels, you know, they'll build everything up for about bloody 10 minutes before you taste them, and it's like, see, for us, mate, it's all about the taste. It's sensational.
What I've noticed is, I mean, we tend to open a can, drink a can, move on to the next can.
Yeah.
Drinking beers all about. It's maybe not how you would have a drink in the pub or whatever, but I think we're doing it in the right. I think we certainly are trying to show what we would do normally if we were or in a pub or whatever. Which is you'd sit and drink and have a beer. Do you know what I mean? I know, right, we're doing this specifically to review the beers, but I'd be doing this anyway. Do you know what?
Mate, you're so right, mate. All we're trying to do is open up new people to. Mate, we're just opening ourselves up to bloody new breweries. We're not doing it for other people, but I tell you, mate, now and again, as an opener anyway. Listen, I'm going to let it sit back down. I mean, I'm not get too excited. Resinous, freshness. I'm loving the Marisota, unique.
I think if you look at the can, it gives you an indication. So that's the resinous hops. Do you know what I mean? They're very sort of. When you actually, the resinous that they talk about, it's almost weedy.
Aye. But
I love that. I do love that. But the maltiness through it keeps it just perfect. And then the actual hops I'm using, I mean, Pearly, Dana, Cascade, Columbus, and Chinook, it's like totally fires the palate with the malt body securing it.
It's a that's what it is, man. It's a
cracking beer. That's a cracking beer.
I mean, when we discussed this, obviously after my no-show, and I sent you the set list tonight, so to speak, and you know I wanted this one, man, so bad. And it's I've been looking forward to this beer all day.
Aye. And I had one last night, so.
Oh.
And I had to go to a local supplier, the wee beer shop, to replace it. Because I told him exactly what happened. Your 13th no-show. No, I'm dwelling on it.
Listen, it's absolutely fine. And if you're watching this, Neil, my missus is about to put an order in for some Christmas gift vouchers. But I love the fact he's doing some Christmas gift vouchers. That is good.
Right.
Mate, I mentioned earlier on with the Raptor, it was a kind of comforting beer. Mate, this is mere huggy for me. This is I want to bloody just sip that and meld into my pub couch, comfy couch, or my settee at house. You know what I mean? Just like you're doing the new. Just
I'm just listening to you. I'm just listening to you.
Melt into it. Let the flavours just flow over you, man. And it doesn't surprise me. This is an award-winning beer, and I'm actually disgusted with myself that I've never tried this beer before. Haven't spent many a night in a Cromarty. So, stunning, man, stunning. Really, really like it, mate. Really like it.
And they say it themselves, the malt body and alcohol content allows us to lash hops at it and create a beer worth sending on a stormy voyage. that could last any stormy voyage, that, man. Tell you, it's a cracking beer, isn't it?
Oh, it's superb, man. It's I'm actually, we've spoken about this before, mate, but the endorphins are well and truly released with that one. It's a real savourer, that one. I would love, and I'm so glad as well. You know, we've been saying to brewers, I do it in a 330ml can. And I'm so glad it's a 440ml, mate, because there's many it. Oh, it's a beauty. It is a beauty, man.
You know, maybe in my first pour.
Oh, I couldn't fit it in, but superb, mate. Really, really like it. Brilliant colour, still holding. I don't know if we can see that.
Oh, still holds all the way down the copper, definitely.
Yeah. World beer. A world beer. And I think that's a testament to the heritage we discussed earlier on, which obviously we don't plan this. I talked about the heritage about Cromarty used to export all this stuff around the world. And I love the fact that has got a world beer award, albeit 2016. Don't know if it's one they probably can't win it every year. It's probably a trophy you can only win once, but honestly, very, very well done to the Cromarty Brewing Co. And Danny, we'll be getting a few of these the next time I see you, man. I'm telling you that. I'm going to go up to their store. I'm going to definitely go to.
We said it's a 6.7er, so there is quite a bit of alcohol content. Not that it's that visible. It's not invisible or invisible. You can definitely taste it, but it's not unpleasant in any way, shape or form. In fact, if anything else actually makes the beer, the very fact you know you're drinking something with a bit of strength behind it, it actually makes you feel as if, yes, this is a beer I want.
Yeah, it's superb, man. Brenny, I don't want to sit and wax lyrical about it, but are you ready? You ready to score it?
Yes, I'm ready to score.
I believe it's yourself first on this one, big man. Or is it? No, it's me. Is it me?
You introduced it.
Sure then. Or is it me?
Well, you introduced it.
Right, okay. Would I buy that again? 1,000,000%. Buy that again, which is a tenth of the value of Declan Gallagher. Would I session that at 6.7%? After a nice venison stew or a couple of nice bits of fish out of
Would you have more than one? Would you have more than one as the sessionable rating on that?
Yes, 100%.
It's a sessionable rate.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. And you know, I do like to build it up, you know, kind of X Factor style and all that. Get Seeger Ross, Holly Pop and all that in the background as we build up the score and all that. But honestly, guys and lassies, and anybody that watches the podcast, this is one of the best beers you're ever going to get, man. Honestly, this is, for me, sensational beer. Utterly sensational. I'm going to just cut to the chase. I'm not going to give it a big build-up, mate. It's getting a 9 out of 10 for me, mate.
What? A 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Impressive, mate. I can't actually believe you gave a beer a 9 out of 10. But I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to just cut to the chase and get on with my mask on, because I'm still in shock. A 9 out of 10 is unheard of. Unheard of. But I'm going to go on with it. Would I buy it again? Of course I would. Literally have done within the space of 24 hours. With a sesh, I would have a few of them, definitely. I'd like to see where 3 or 4 of them put you after back to back, because it is crank. It really is crank. I mean, taste wise, it's up there with one of the best beers I've ever have. And I'm a stoner. It's hard because you know it's a good beer, you know it's really. I'm going to go an 8.5.
Brilliant, brilliant.
An 8.5 because it's so far the beer of the night.
Aye, brilliant.
We're 5 years in.
Brilliant.
I don't know if we've that. What's the lowest score on the beers?
And the lowest scores are 6.5, which is rare for a massive range.
So so 6.5 to 8 well to 9 to a 9. I mean, that gives you an indication of the standard of beers we're getting. So, crank, really good.
Big man, that's a massive cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. So, beer number 6 of the night is Cromarty's take on Munich Hell Lager. It's crisp, it's clean, it's ridiculously refreshing, the perfect thirst quencher. Exactly what I'm needing at this moment in time, just before my bed. It's a 330ml bottle, as you can see. Quite reasonable price, £2.10. It's 4.4 ABV. The malts involved are Lager malts and Munich malts, and the hops are Perley, Herzbrucker, and Pacifica. So I'm looking forward to this. Just a wee nightcap to finish it off. Bilko had a cracking night, and this is going to be the wee creme de la creme on it.
Always a cracking night with you, big man.
Ah, you're too kind, you're too kind. Always look forward to these wee Zoom catch-ups. And just to reiterate, folks, get involved. We'll maybe try and get a wee pub station going with multiple of us, or running off, having a wee session. But anyway, let's go. Cheers.
Cheers. A lot of Benito on this.
Oh my word.
Initial thoughts is that this is the kind of beer you want at this time of night.
Clean, crisp and refreshing, definitely.
It is indeed.
Definitely.
I was a bit nervous when I seen they had a Munich style Helles, because I know how much you like your Helles.
Oh, I love it.
Aye. Have you noticed recently when you've been up to Key Store, by the way, that all your Helles has been getting tanned?
I should be advertising it. I should be advertising it. Good lad, big hammer. Quite a school with him, as I've said before.
Crisp.
The hops are really, honestly, that's a Perley. The Perley and the Herzbrucker, the Pacifica are really coming through. They're totally, they're tasty. I've not had in a long time. Even with the German Helles that I drink regularly.
Well, it's it's like a lot. It's like the best of a lot of that. I mean, I hated one of those Oktoberfest beers, as you know. In fact, I don't think you were a big fan of it either. We were own brew. So I was a bit nervous when I seen the malt in here. But it's nice basic malts, if that makes sense. It's not malts that are overpowering the Helles style. I'm learning, big man, aren't I? I'm learning. Perfectly quaffable. Yes. Very quaffable.
I'm enjoying it.
Mm.
I'm enjoying it. It's
I'd love to, mate, I can already say, I would love to taste that in a pint.
aye,
Aye.
definitely.
I don't know if the viewers, you might be able to answer it, Brenny, or the viewers could maybe answer this question. Obviously, we've got that in a bottle, a 330ml bottle. Does it, when it goes into a keg for a draft, does the taste change at all, mate? I mean, would you say it changes at all?
I think there'll be definitely changes when you're storing it and 88 pint keg versus 330ml bottle. I don't know how much will change. I honestly don't know.
I mean,
and the storage, and this is probably a question for our resident go-to geek.
Chris.
It's probably more our resident go-to geek. Find out what he thinks.
Yeah.
But there will be a difference. But the same difference you get if you're drinking cans and bottles of Tenants, if you want to go back to that simple fucking analogy. So there will be differences.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're looking at your, you know, your kind of, let's just say, you know, your high street brands, you know, like Tenants, you know, like West Brewery, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
we put Western as a high street brand.
Oh, sorry, I was just off the top of my head there. I didn't say that, mate.
I thought that was a wee slider.
Far from it, mate. I mean, far from it.
Shit.
No, mate, far from it. I mean, they do work hard, and they do. But anyway, I was actually going to, man, don't put words in my mouth, all right?
You said it themselves. You said it yourself.
Right, but anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What is the process that goes from when it's actually brewed and nice and fresh perfectly? I'm assuming it goes in, it doesn't just go for there into a keg. So there must be a process getting it into the keg. And then, or does it go straight into the bottle? Or it's like something that, as you say, the resident geeks, you know, like, as you say, Bruce, or you know, maybe.
I think it's kegged first and then bottled. I don't know how they would do it in a mass production scale. It'd be more vats than kegs. But if you're doing it low key, it'll be kegs, then into bottles, then into cans, blah.
Aye. I mean,
it'll be vats. It'll be vats of it if it's bigger industrial scale.
The reason I'm asking, Brenny, and I'm going to equate it, and this I'm going to equate it to Tenants, right, and not West, is, for example, you get a nice pint of Tenants in certain pubs, as you know yourself. Certain pubs, you'll get a much better pint of Tenants than what you'll get in other pubs. And then you get a can of Tenants, and it's very rare I actually buy a can of Tenants. And likewise with West, it's like, you know, what's the for me? And then it goes straight to draft, and then it's like, I mean, I don't think I've ever bought a bottle of West for a carry out at home. So it'd be interesting to know the processes involved. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked, mate, because it still tastes very, very nice.
Can?
Yeah.
That's a really good take on a lager.
Mm-hmm.
Unit lager, if you want to say that. It's a brilliant. I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
I mean, I'm comparing it to the Jarl, you know, the Jarl we had for fine ales. And I'm loving the fact that we can compare all these top breweries. And I'm actually, do you know something, man? See bloody Tenants, are they not involved in Drygate?
Aye.
Right, so exactly, you know, we're like some Drygate stuff, but it's great to know, whereas, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, mate. I'm kind of trying to say it's great that we are talking about all these cracking beers, and all we're trying to find out is the process, because I guarantee it, if I walk into a pub and it's like after lockdown and it's like, oh, there's a pint of Yarrow, brilliant. There's a pint of Cromarty, Highlands. Oh, there's a pint of Black Isle Spaten. Oh, you know what I mean? There's a pint of Tenants Lager.
What boozer's this you're going to? You're dreaming this boozer up.
This is our ultimate boo. This is the Bilko and Brenny's podcast boozer.
Okay.
Coming to you in 2042, the next time Scotland qualify for the European Championships.
You didn't realise we'll both be retired by that point.
Mate, I'll probably still be working, man. Aye.
You'll be pulling your statey.
Listen, if you're watching this, viewers, make sure this doesn't happen to us, right? Like, subscribe, share, buy the hoodies.
Share. Hoodies. Buy them.
My hair transplant.
Look at it.
Big man.
We've got to score this. We've got to score this minute lager.
Aye.
Before it disappears.
We'll cut all that out, mate. So,
right. So I'm going to start saying, would I buy again? Yes. Would I sesh? That's a definite. I'd love to sesh that. Score-wise, I'm going to give it a 7.75.
whoa, solid, man, solid. Would I buy that again? Yes. Would I session it? 100%. That is a sessionable beer. I'd go so far as to say, and I'm sorry for saying this, Brenny, my essential purchases when you're buying in for Cromarty Brewery would be the AKA IPA, would be the Ghost Town, would be the Happy Chappy, would be the Raptor, and I would throw in a couple of bottles of that. And do you know something, mate? I think you were quite right to score that highly.
Oh, very.
I'm just looking at the rest tonight, and I'm going to give that. You see, I'm conscious, having drank with the boys up there, Brenny. You know, guys like Finlay, Big George, and mate, I've actually drank with guys like Genga McPhee, mate, who are sadly no longer with us. Top some stories, and obviously Danny Coots. Oh, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10, mate.
Whoa! So that's a 9 and an 8 out of Cromarty.
Aye.
Well, seen your failure by proxy.
I'll tell you, they're top, mate. I'll tell you, the top guys up there. Really good community, and obviously you've got the nation's finest crime writer up there as well, haven't you? Who apparently we make thirsty. Shows you the scope of Bilko and Brenny's podcast.
Right.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if we actually featured in his next tweet, not book, tweet. Brenny, do you know who else?
You're just keen of inspiration here.
Mate, if we were to review the next 7 or the 7 for the 8 following one fell swoop, the missus would probably murder me. So it's probably best that we don't give them.
Oh, your puns are shit.
Mate, have you had a good night, mate?
Brilliant night. Always a great night. Always a great night.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See, just before we go, Biggie, how's your toe getting on?
Cool. Next one's ready to go.
Let
me do that one live.
Cut. Right. But, listen, all joking aside, big man, I've got something I want to do, and I've nobody want to date with you. And obviously, we probably would have been watching the game or would have been connected during the game, but I've got something for you here, Brenny. Alright, I know it's your birthday coming up, but this is something that, you know, you'll never ever appreciate the value of. Are you ready, big man? Ready?
Yes, Sam.
Get it in. It's a Bilko hub, mate.
Ah.